Hello, everyone. I am back and I am going to talk to everyone today about an example of a typical community class. So, whenever we do classes in the community, there are several different ways that you can do them. I'm just going to talk a little bit today about how I run classes in the community and they're very successful. So, like I said, you can follow our format or create your own. So, an example of a typical community class, usually we have an introduction to the class, let people know what to expect, and establish group norms, right? Such as whether you want to take turns speaking, we usually let people know they can share as much as they want or as little as they want. We let people know that this is a safe space, right? What's said here stays here. Let people know that they're supported here. Another group norm that we usually say is we would like people to assume positive intent, right? So, because we're all there to support each other and to help each other. So after that introduction, whether you're in a native community or not, there's an option to smudge. Of course, we talk about traditional medicine a lot. In Oklahoma, they call it smoking off, which they'll use cedar, sage, sweetgrass, a traditional medicine just to clear the air, to wash off some of that anxiety, wash off some of that stress, right? Some of these things that get in the way of our connection, right? A long time ago, social anxiety did not exist. We knew we were loved everywhere we went, and that's what we want to get, right? So after we do that, we go around and give everyone the opportunity to check in. So I usually go first, and I think this is really important, and for larger groups, you may need to use the volunteer style of check-in instead of going around the room, just because of time constraints, and the social anxiety to speak in front of large groups that some participants may have. However, for my groups, I usually give everybody space, right? And we just take turns, going around. But like I said, if you don't have that much time, you can do the volunteer style. Next, we will discuss the cultural and psychological sections of the topic. So whether you have a worksheet that you're working from or whether you're working from the workbook, we can't get into all of the information during that time. And the remaining information, whatever you don't get to, they can take home and read at their convenience, right? So we'll discuss the cultural part, discuss the psychological part. Next, we'll choose as many questions or tips from the practical application to cover as time permits. And the facilitator, once again, is the first to answer each question, right? So if we're talking about wellness, right, the first question there is, what is one behavior you could change to help you to move toward wellness? I'll go ahead and answer that first because one, I need to be working this program, right? I mean, I wrote this program because I want to be in balance. I want to be connected, right? So when people see you take that healthy risk to put yourself out there first, it really makes them to feel safer about answering. And a lot of people may not be used to speaking in front of others, may not be used to groups, right? So it kind of gives them an idea of what a typical answer could be, right? So after we go around, we answer some of those questions. Then we do the craft. So if you need any crafts, that's something we can definitely provide for you. Or you may have something on hand there. We just find that a lot of people enjoy working with their hands while we're talking, right? In some cultures, they find it disrespectful if you're not maintaining eye contact the whole time. However, in Native communities, they're, just fine to be looking down, working with their hands. No disrespect intended at all, right? We're still in this space together. It just gives us, like I said, something else to kind of focus on if we're nervous, if we're neurodivergent, right? We want to support all learning types. We want everybody to feel welcome, right? So that mindfulness crafting really just adds a really awesome component to the curriculum. So then after that, you've completed the project. We've answered a few questions. Everybody got to talk about how they're doing that day. We can go ahead and check out. So let's go ahead and go around. We can have everybody discuss how they can implement or practice the topic throughout the week, right? So maybe the question you can ask everybody, okay, everyone, what is your one takeaway from today's class? What is one thing from the gratitude section you would like to implement this week, right? So very simple. Then we'll go around. Everyone will have their opportunity to check out, and we can look forward to another great week.